Alright guys, welcome back to the second video in the series. My name's Mandy, I'm an addict. Today we're going to cover managing your events. So they're a little easier than meetings. You do not have to have a location or a group name existing, so you're basically just creating a standalone event. The cool thing about this is that it automatically purges itself, so once the 21st is up, this event will also go away. You don't have to worry about managing your events like you do the meetings. They automatically go away after they happen. So that's awesome. So as you'll see, you have your area events, anything that's in your area that's going on. Other events would be anything else, really anywhere. Like we have one here that's in Canada. So just adding other events as well. You have the ability to include a flyer with those, and you can change the name here of the link to, registration, brochure, anything you want it to say. You can manipulate this field, so that's pretty awesome. These links down here can also be changed. But typically they're pretty standard and they're pretty useful, so I've never had a need to change them. So we'll focus on creating an event and all of those things. Also, there is not one on here currently, but we do have a field for a logo contest and a speaker request should a group have a need for it. So we'll go ahead and log into our Joomla and we'll click over here on the event manager. And you'll see events, logo contests, and speaker requests, and then the event links we talked about that really don't need to be changed, but I'll show you guys those as well. So as you see here, it's much like the meetings page. You have all of the events, and then you have the ability to render them published or unpublished over here. So it's really user-friendly. It's very similar to the other format, so it's just really great. So we'll jump right in. We'll create an event. And something to be aware of when creating an event is that you have to have a date, a time, unless it's a multi-day event, but you have to have a date, a time, and the full address including zip code in order for this to render it created. If you don't have a zip code or you forgot to put the city in, it will refresh the page and it may delete everything that you typed in. So be sure to have a complete address, time, and date. So we can go ahead and call it whatever we want to call it. And this is a theme. So if you look here where it's in quotations and italics, that's the theme. You can use it to like type additional text if you run out, or you can use it for the theme itself. It really is up to you guys as a group, as an area. So go ahead and use that field. Start date, you'll just select a date. You can select an end date to make it a multiple event. So we'll just go ahead and, we'll make it a multiple day event for the sake of argument. Now, if it wasn't a multiple day event, it was just a one-time event, you would want to put a start time in and note that it is a 24-hour format. So if it's 7 p.m., that will be 1900. Okay, so remember that. Don't forget that because it does have to be in there correctly or it will do the refresh and you will lose the text that you type. So we're going to use the Capitol building again since that worked so well last time. Okay, Olympia, Washington, 98504. And once you've done that, you can scroll down to the part about info. This will be like, tickets are $5. Event ends at this time, or whatever you want to use this for, dance, bingo, whatever. And then this is where you can manipulate the flyer link text. So I usually just leave it, but in this instance down here, you'll see registration. So that's useful there to denote the two. It's not just a flyer, it is in fact registration because this is more of a what's it called? Yeah, retreat right there. So sometimes it's better to change the text, sometimes just leave it as flyer. So you will go ahead and browse for your flyer, select the flyer. It does need to be a PDF. You can also do a JPEG, so that's handy. Go ahead and fill all that out, hit save, and you'll see it populated on the next page. So right here we see the event, YouTube, the date, the location, and it does render it published. So we can go over here and refresh the page, and you see we have this mock event there. So like I said, it will go away once the date is passed that it's set for, but if you ever do need to unpublish it, maybe you made a mistake or some weird thing, you can go ahead and unpublish it that way. So that's the events. Now we can bounce over to the logo contest. It's pretty self-explanatory and it also purges itself once the event, or in this case contest or speaker request, has happened. It will automatically go away. So no worries about deleting. But this is also very, very easy. You enter in whether it's for your area or other. logo contest, speaker request, or both. And then you can put the name of the committee, the date the submission or the entry for the speaker request has to be submitted by. You can put the theme of the event. You can put any other information in this field, anything that you might need. You can go ahead and upload the flyer for the logo or speaker request, and then you can go ahead and hit save. And if you need to delete it, once again, you can unpublish it this way, but really you shouldn't have a need to do that. So that's pretty self-explanatory there. And these are the event links I was talking about that are pretty standard and that don't really need to be changed. But in the event that a link is no longer active, or you want to add maybe another area or another link, you can just come in here. You would create a new one, but you can come in here and select if it's an area, region, or world level link. You can put the title of the link and just paste the link there, and it will render it published on the other page. So that is basically the things you can manipulate on the event page. There is a little bit about this text right here that you can manipulate, but we'll go down that road later. That's getting into more of the articles and the content of the page. So for now, I hope that helped. If you guys have any questions, feel free to email either myself or Chris or anyone else who's involved in IT at the time that you're watching this. So I hope you learned something. Thanks.